In modern America, cunt is a slang term for a vulva or vagina that can be used as a contemptuous term for a woman or as a way to refer to a contemptuous person. It is thought to be so severe in usage, Dictionary.com warns to call a person a cunt, especially a woman, is one of the most hateful and powerful examples of verbal abuse in the English language. Though there are some that love the word and use it as a positive term. Elton John himself claims that it is the best word in the English language. In Britain, New Zealand, and Australia, it can be used as a positive way to refer to someone. For example, someone can be a clever cunt. In American drag culture, the term cunty is used to refer to a drag queen who projects feminine beauty. Despite the overwhelmingly negative use of cunt, its origins are surprisingly positive. Cunt formed from the Anglo-Saxon root Q, which is the oldest sound in recorded language. It's a sound associated with femininity and is also where we get the modern words cow and queen. Ku is a root that is found in many ancient and modern languages with meanings rooted in the feminine. You see this root in Hebrew, Arabic, Old Irish, Old Dutch, Czech, Vulgan Russian, and in Old Swedish. In the Romance languages, the root Q turns to ko, again having the same feminine association. We see the feminine ko used in Portuguese, Catalan, Italian, and Spanish. The roots ku and ko also denote knowledge. We have the word conceive, which can be used as a reference to both knowledge and the feminine. Someone can conceive an idea, or someone can conceive a baby. We also have the word ken, which means both to know as well as to give birth. The feminine root can also be found in the word connote, canny, and cunning, which are all associated with knowledge. We even see this connection all the way back in 1392 in Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales, when he uses the word cunt to both mean vagina and cunning. A word associated with both knowledge and the feminine, cunt also has roots in goddess worship. The goddess Kunti or Kunda was worshipped in hundreds of shrines across the ancient Eastern world as a powerful matriarch and as life itself. The feminine ku root is also used in Japan, Korea, Phoenicia, Sumer, and Egypt to refer to goddesses. Cunt is also a large part of the environment and history in Britain. The river Kennet was formerly Cunit, since the river was a fertile orifice, just like a cunt. Then there are the Sheela-na-gigs of Ireland, which are carvings of beings holding open their cunts on religious buildings. The Sheelas are an example of the polytheistic Celts celebrating feminine female deities. There are also many groat cunt lanes in England. There were many groat cunt lanes in England, and variants of that name used freely in the Middle Ages to denote areas of prostitution. So, how did such a positive word become the nasty word we know today? Which is surprise patriarchal religion. Towards the end of the Middle Ages, the Christian clergy demonized female sexuality as a means of control, popularizing the term cunis diaboli, or devilish cunt. The Christian church went on to destroy cunty shrines. The Catholic Church also policed Irish female sexuality as a way to control the population in its invasion of the Celts. We see even further evidence of censorship of cunt during the Protestant Reformation in the writing of this time. For example, in Shakespeare's Hamlet, the term country is used for cunt instead of using the word outright. Later, the puritanical Victorians changed the name of groat cunt lanes because they found the language too vulgar. Authors Bridget Campbell and John Sherlock perfectly state that cunt reflects the deep fear and hatred of the female by male in our culture. This violent usage is a constant and disturbing reminder to women of the hatred associated with female sexuality, and leaves them with few positive words to name their own organs. Without the word cunt, what words are we left with to describe our own genitalia? Vagina is considered to be the most appropriate term, but what does it actually mean? Vagina directly translates to sword sheath or scabbard, which insinuates that the vagina is just a mere receptacle for violence, which does not necessarily foster a healthy sense of sexuality. Then we have the common slang term, pussy. Pussy started popping up in language in the late 1500s to describe a female who was sweet and amiable like a cat and was not at all sexual until the mid-1600s. And then pussy was was used in the beginnings of porn, so it became the widely used term that it is today. Now, I love porn, but a term that references the gentle characteristics of a cat, popularized by a male-dominated industry, is again not necessarily the most empowering. Lack of powerful language for our bodies leaves femme people and those with cunts in a state of sexual disempowerment, which is why most have proposed reclaiming the word cunt. The cunt power movement was initiated by Germaine Greer in 1969. Greer's solution was to foster an awareness of the positive power and significance of cunt. And then we have Judy Chicago, the woman house artist who initiated the cunt art movement. Like Germaine Greer, she seeks to promote the word cunt using a variety of media to create cunt imagery. This is one of her artworks. As Dr. Lucas McWilliams says, cunt is a word and nothing more. The meaning is entirely what you make of it, and by hiding it in a corner and shuddering whatever's full of light, you empower it. And I'm not saying at all that you should not be offended when someone calls you a raving cunt, but be offended by the hate behind it and not the word itself. Without the hatred patriarchy attached to it, cunt is divinity, knowledge, power, and creation. And that sounds pretty great to me.